And we are live this evening. Welcome, everybody. Mr. Rau's Gaming Rants and Reviews. I am Ryan, and welcome to another evening of playing games. And the one that I've selected tonight is Dark Souls, the card game. Where did I put the box? Oh my gosh, there it is. Guess I could have had that up there. There we go. Dark Souls, the card game. And this copy was actually provided to me as a review copy from Steamforged Games. Shout out to their one rep, Ross Thompson. Thank you, Ross, again for sending this my way. I've been very interested in it. I believe it was my counterpart Norm from the Cardboard Conjecture podcast was speaking of this one at one point in time. And it really caught my interest, so I decided, hey, I'm going to I'll pick it up. And yeah, when I reached out to Steamforged Games, see if I could get some review copies from them, they ever so graciously offered that they would send this one my way. And so, yeah, I guess that's the way. That's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, so I've played this a few times, and it's actually really neat. I'm going to kind of go over a few of the things that are going on in this game, but if you have any questions out there in YouTube land, please let me know. Let me know what you're, what you're thinking, what's about what's going on and whatnot. So yeah, so I don't know. I'll just get right down to it. There are 4 characters. The other ones are put away in the base box right now because I'm trying to save some room on my little desk here. But there are 4 characters. There is the right now I have selected the knight and the sorcerer as my 2 characters for this evening. I'm going to be playing solo, but I'm going to be doing it two-handed. It's not too much to handle when you're playing two-handed here. There's also an assassin, and there's also a herald characters as well in this game. And each of your characters come with their own little special ability here. Like this, like the knight here, it says I can flip this card over in order to block 3 damage. And well, of course, when you block, all of a sudden now he doesn't have his ability anymore, and you get that ability back after you do what they call resting at the bonfire. And I'll be explaining that. That's a big piece of this game, is being able to know when to stop and rest at the bonfires. Sorcerer here, their ability is that you can flip the card over to pay for the stamina cost of an attack with this particular symbol. And of course, they're talking about this kind of like sorcery symbol right here. So yeah, we'll go with that. So they get flipped over, and then of course they don't get to refresh until we stop at a bonfire once again. Couple other things that you'll want to note at these, that they have these numbers up at the top here. The knight has a 10 and the sorcerer has a 5, and that is more to do with when enemies attack, and they could and there's multiple different targets for them to attack with. They will attack the person with the highest value. So the knight, being the bruiser that he is, will be able to soak up some damage from the old stereotype, the glass cannons of the sorcerers, who don't have a lot of defense built in with them. And each of them come with their own little decks of cards. That's what these are right here. They're kind of where the light's kind of nicely shining on them at the moment. But they have their own decks of cards. And part of these decks of cards, most of them are these referred to as these stamina cards. And these are the cards that you use to pay for the certain attacks or the certain blocks that you're going to be performing against all these baddies. And they're referred to as stamina because this deck of cards is our life. If we ever run out of cards in our deck during an encounter, we essentially lose the encounter. We lose anything that we've gained up until that point, and we have to immediately go to the bonfire, which is not a great thing, because the bonfire is our timer of the game. There are 5. We are starting on level 1 here, where it says right here down at the start, it says this is the starting bonfire, and it's telling us that each of our decks has 28 cards in it. And as the game progresses, you can see that we're going to be adding cards to our decks. I'm just going to kind of keep them going over here, so that eventually we're going to end up having up to 40 cards in our decks. And of course, that's a lot more life. We're going to hopefully be taking on bigger situations, bigger counters. And yeah, so that, and essentially if we can't beat the 2 bosses by the time we have to visit the end of the 5th bonfire, we end up losing the game. And good evening, Vincent. Thank you for stopping by, checking out Dark Souls, the card game. It's an interesting one. It's one of those. It's a cooperative. Little bit of deck building going on here. As you can see, I got some cards off to the side here. These are extra stamina cards that we can purchase with the souls that we will be collecting as we defeat baddies across the different scenarios. What else do we have going on over here? We got all of our encounter type of cards. We've got our level 1 baddies, our level 2 baddies, and just as I was actually setting up and reading through the game, and again, I actually just for the first time tonight realized that there are level 3 baddies. And you tell me, how easy is this to miss the difference between a level 2 baddie and a level 3 baddie? That's actually pretty darn easy to miss, that there's actually level 2 and level 3 baddies. Just that little sword underneath that, like they could have came up with another symbol. Come on. That's one thing that I had a little bit of a complaint about. Vincent here is saying he's intrigued by the card game. He's got the board game version, and the board game version is very, very hard. Spoiler alert, Vincent, the card game version is also extremely hard. I guess that's one thing that they have in common for this particular game. All right. Part of the starting screen, I was shuffling up all of our decks and everything like that, so I am going to just hop right into an encounter. So when we're hopping into an encounter, before we do anything, up here, this is our encounter board, and there are level 1 encounters, level 2 encounters, and level 3 encounters that we can go through. We always start here in the middle. This is our bonfire, and we can proceed. So right off the get-go, we could jump over here to a level 3 or a level 2 encounter, though I don't highly recommend us doing that. The level 1 encounters are quite a bit easier to deal with, especially with our very limited decks that we've come pre-selected. And then we have to follow. Once we clear an encounter, we got these cleared tokens. We're going to put them on there, and then we can actually bypass that cleared encounter and then go forward. So really, technically, we could clear this level 1 encounter here and then go straight over to the very first, to one of the boss monsters, which in this case, on this side of the boards are double-sided. And on this side of the board, we are taking on Vort of the Boreal Valley. And over here over here is Pontiff Sullivan. Over here. And we have to defeat those 2 bosses before we can, for us to be able to win the game. So let's not get too crazy here tonight. Let's go with a level 1 encounter. Let's take a look at what this level 1 encounter is right here. And so we are going to be progressing to the Dark Hollow. And in this game, we are going to be playing a 2-player game, though I am playing solo. So I'll be looking at the second line here. And what do we got here? It says if we complete this encounter, we're going to get 1 treasure. And in this encounter, we're going to be facing off against 2 level 1 baddies. Well, that's actually not too bad for us. So 1 treasure, we're going to take on 2 level 1 baddies. Before we take on our level 1 baddies, we have to assign our knight and our sorcerer to this. I'll just pick. You can pick whatever side you want. I always end up picking the right-hand side here to put my characters. I have no idea why. Maybe it's because I'm right-handed. And we have to choose a slot for them to go into. And the slots that they go into actually matter when I actually end up revealing the enemies. So I'm going to go with my usual standard setup here. Then I'm going to put the knight front and center. And I will put the sorcerer back here in the back corner. And yes, Vincent, Pontiff of the Boreal Valley. This is one that you voted for over on my Twitter account, which is... though I did not go with Assassin Sorcerer, I think is what was suggested. I went with something a little bit different. I usually don't play with a bruiser, but I decided I'm going to play with a knight tonight. Knight tonight, that poet, and I didn't even know it. And I got those 2 guys set up, and now we are going to draw our opening hand. I'm just going to give this another quick little shuffle here, and I will draw our opening hands. And our opening hands will consist of 6 cards each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here is my opening hand for the knight. As you see, I got a bunch of stamina. I have the knight's armor, and I have the knight's shield. And we have a choice here. And you know what? I think I'm going to do a mulligan because I didn't get a weapon. So I think I'm going to actually, I'm going to want a weapon. So I'm going to actually shuffle all of this. I'm going to set all this aside. I'm going to draw 6 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to shuffle those ones back in there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there we go. I got a long sword as a weapon and a bunch of stamina. So that's good. So I'll put those into my little card holder here, just that I like to use to keep all my stuff organized. And then I will shuffle up my knight's deck again. Just going to give it a few of these. There we go. So there's my knight's deck. And then here's my sorcerer's deck. I'm going to give it a quick one. I'll go quick 1, 2 again. And then I'll draw the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put the deck aside. Did I get a weapon? I did get some. Oh, I got 2. I got 2 soul arrows weapons. So I get to, I can't mulligan. I have to keep those. So I'll put those in here. And then I will put all of my stamina over to the other side. Perfect. Okay, now I'm all ready to set up the very first encounter, which is going to be 2 level 1 baddies. So let's take a look at my first level 1 baddie, and it's going to be a crossbow grave warden. And now there's a couple things that we have to do here. So I'm actually going to rotate this card. Oh, first off, let's go over this thing. He's got 1 defense, and he's only got 1 health. So in order for me to actually hit this guy, I'm going to have to actually deal 2 points of damage, because the first point of damage is going to get soaked up by his shield, and then 1 damage is actually going to get through to him. Unless I hit him with a sorcerer attack. I'm glad I'm a sorcerer, because this is his weakness, and if I hit him with this type of attack, I can bypass the shield. I can bypass his defenses. This part is that he's going to do 3 points. He's going to do 3 points of damage to us. So that's interesting. But I'm going to actually pay attention to here, because if I rotate it this way, notice that it's kind of it makes sense for our 2 grids. This is his spawn location, and this is his attack location. So he's going to spawn in the lower part of the board right here. And he is actually going to end up attacking. When he's ready to attack, he's going to attack this spot over here. Now, there's no one there right now, so there are some rules about who's the next to get attacked. deal. But we have to spawn another level 1 enemy, and this is going to be, oh my gosh, help me. How do I pronounce that? Irithilian Slave Assassin. Again, 1 defense, 1 health, 3 attack. His weakness is the purple blade there. And invisibility. This card cannot be attacked while there are non-invisible enemies in play. So we actually have to deal with this warden here before we actually attack this person. Now, let's take a look at here. We're going to rotate it again. And notice that he's got the exact same spawn location as our previous enemy. Now, 2 enemies can't be share the same spot, so then what you do is you put it into the same row as that person, but 1 slot over. So there we go. Perfect. Now, let's take it now. As soon as these enemies are, as soon as they spawn, they activate right away. Like they're gonna, like, this game is unforgiving. It is going to attack us immediately, and they resolve their attacks in this order. They start in the top corner here, and they kind of proceed their way here, and then they'll start over here, and then they'll proceed their way here. So this guy is gonna this slave assassin is actually going to attack us first, and he's going to attack in the bottom. He's gonna attack this spot right here. And there's nobody in that spot. So then he's going to look at, is there any other characters in this row? And there is. Our knight is here. So he is going to attack our knight for 3 points of damage. Now, we can take a look at our hand and see if we have any blocking cards. Currently, we don't have any blocking cards. We have an attacking card because it has this attack symbol on it. So I have no cards in my hand that will block that 3 points of damage. So I have to make it, I have a choice here. So now, this is where our life is going to come into play. I can either discard 3 cards off the top of my deck. I can discard 3 cards from my hand, or some sort of combination. Otherwise, I get hit for 3 points of damage. I have to discard 3 cards, either from the top of my deck or from my hand. And don't worry, if you discard from your hand, you do get to draw up at the beginning of your playing turn, so that you always start your turn with 6 cards in hand. And you know what? I see that my opening hand actually has a whole bunch of this yellow stamina. I've kind of got them all grouped. I got them all grouped here. So I've got a whole bunch of yellow stamina. I'm actually going to discard, you know what? I'm going to discard actually 2 of those. Discard 2 of those, and I will discard 1 off the top of my deck to take that a 3rd yellow. So Knight took. Now, I also could have activated his ability, flipped this card over to block 3 damage, but it's a little early to use that ability right now. Next is this guy's going to activate his attack, and he gets to attack this corner over here, but there's nobody over there, so he is going to look at this row and going to attack our sorcerer. And our sorcerer is also going to get, 3 points of damage, and my sorcerer has no blocking cards in their hand, and so we are going to then have to discard 3 cards as well. And this is a little bit trickier. I am going to end up, I kind of like the cards we have in our hand right now, so I am actually just going to discard 3 off the top of the deck here. So a blue stamina, one of our mail breakers, which is one of our purple attack cards, and oh my gosh, one of our defense cards. That was not the start I was looking for. Okay, that's all done. So now we take a look at our hands. The knight here needs to draw back up. Ooh, he drew some armor. I leave it like that. And I think he needs 1 more card, and he got another red stamina. And all right. Now we're into our player activation, and our player activation is that we get to do a few different things. One time only, though. There's a series of actions we can do, but we can only ever do one of them per time. One of them is that we can actually move. So you can move to one adjacent location here. yes, Vincent. Typical Dark Souls game so far. I have not played the board game. I have played the video games, and yes, it does seem very typical in this manner. So we can move to an adjacent location. You can't move into the same location as another player. We can, obviously, if you have attack cards in your hand, you can attack. What you do is you attack an enemy in your column. So if there was another enemy in front of that assassin here, I cannot attack the assassin. I can only attack the enemy that's in front of me. But right now, both enemies are being able to attack from our columns. You can activate abilities, of course, if you have any abilities on them. You can you can cycle cards out of your hand. One time only, you can announce how many cards you want to discard and then draw that many cards. So essentially, you're hurting yourself. You hurt yourself to try to hopefully make yourself a little bit better, which is an interesting choice there. Okay, so now we can't actually hit this assassin yet because it has the invisibility keyword in its column. So we actually have to take out this person first. And you know what? I think our sorcerer here is primed to do so. I think so, because this person has the weakness of sorcery. So I just have to actually hit them with 1 point of damage. And I can do that with my soul arrows. Now here's a really neat part here. There's two things for this card. There are two real different types of attacks. There's this recycling icon attack, and then there's this down arrow attack. The recycling attack is, hey, if I spend a purple and a red stamina, I'll do 1 point of damage, and it can be ranged. So that means if there was somebody in front of him, I could have actually hit him in the back. But after I do that, I actually don't discard this card. This card stays in my hand to use on future turns again. So there you go. I can keep this attack around for a while, and I'm never actually going to end up discarding it. Or I can pay a purple and anything. That's the little white eye icon here. I can do a purple and an anything to deal 2 points of damage, but then I actually have to discard this card into my discard pile, and then I lose its attack value. So, or I can spend 2 purple and 2 of anything to do 3 points of damage and discard this card. But I only need to do 1 point of damage because he has weakness to sorcery. So that is exactly what I am going to end up doing here, as I'm going to pay a purple stamina and a red stamina. It goes into my discard pile. And I'm going to do 1 point of damage, sorcery damage, to this person, and they are defeated. And this actually gets to stay in my hand. So they are defeated, ignored it, and at the end of this encounter, it is worth 2 souls. And I can use those 2 souls in order to purchase new stamina cards when I finally get to rest at a bonfire. So I'm going to actually put that aside. I'll just put it right there just to remind myself. And now the uninvisibility is going to come out, and now he is able to be attacked. And I've got my knight here, so I think I can attack with my knight. Now let's take a look at what I have for attack cards for my knight. I'm going to need to do 2 points of damage. I need to get past that first shield, and the knight, he does not have this purple weakness. He does not have that type of attack. So we have his long sword, and we just need to do 2 points of damage, which I think I'll be able to do in that top. And I'm going to keep this long sword around because after we clear this guy, this encounter is done, which is actually pretty good. It's actually a pretty straightforward first encounter. Don't worry, they get harder. Oh boy, do they get harder. So I'm going to do that first one again. I'm going to have to spend 3 stamina in order. I need to do a yellow, a red, and then an anything to do 2 points of damage. And to keep this in my card. So I'm going to do a yellow, a red, and you know what? I am going to The Knight's deck has lots of yellow, so I'll spend another yellow. So I'll spend these 3 staminas. There we go. Do 2 points of damage. 1 point is blocked by the shield, but the other point gets through. He is gone, and they are worth 1 soul to us at the end of this encounter. And now there's no more enemies. This encounter is officially closed. We get the draw back up to 6 cards at the end of the encounter. Another knight's armor. Red stamina. So I'm loaded with red stamina for the next encounter, and I got another knight's armor. So I'm up to 6, and I need to draw 2 more here. Another purple stamina and a sorcerer's robes. My blocking thing. And then our sorcerer and a knight kind of come back off the board. Encounter number 1 is completed. We get 3 souls, I believe. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So I got. So we get 3. Oh boy, that dropped onto the floor. We get 3 souls, and we get a treasure. And the treasure we got here is we got some sort of sharp gem, which is a discard ability. It says choose a character, their next attack gains +1 damage and becomes a purple icon. That's actually really quite handy for us. Now, this is what's going to actually happen, though. I don't get this right away. And I don't get to spend those souls right away. They go into what we refer to as our loot pile. And I don't get the loot pile yet. I only get the loot pile if I visit the bonfire. Now, my decks are still quite hefty. Vincent's asking here, what is the distribution of stamina cards per deck? Now, there are lots of stamina cards in a deck. There's not too many weapons or defense cards. I'm actually going to grab... I'm just going to come over here. I'm just going to grab one of the other decks. Where is it here? Because they're all laid out pretty similarly. Oh, come on. I get this. And did I grab the right one? Oh, don't tell me I mixed them up. I did mix them up. Okay. I think those look okay. There we go. Okay, so here's the Assassin's deck. As we can see, the Assassin's got 1, 2, he's got 3 weapons, which is quite standard. A couple block through 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got quite a few block cards. And then the rest of the cards are stamina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Well, 19 cards out of the 28, starting 28 are stamina cards. And this guy's actually got quite a few more blocking type cards, which makes sense because he's an assassin type deal. But there's not too many weapons, and there's not too many weapon defense cards in each of these decks. You can expect probably about that 19 or 20 of the 28 starting cards are staminas, and they range in their colors. Like the Knight's deck has got lots of the red and yellows. The Sorcerer's deck has got lots of the purples. I believe it's purples and reds are kind of his things, and they have the sprinkle of those blue cards in their decks. Okay, so now I have a choice. I can either rest at the bonfire. I can rest at the bonfire and gain all my stuff, but then that advances the clock. Or I can now try to go take on another encounter and maybe get a little bit more loot and a little bit more souls. Which I think I'm going to try to do. I'm going to go now. So I'm going to come now. I'm going to come over to this level 1 encounter and see what's under it. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to encounter, and it says this one is the Scattered Dungeon. And in a 2-player game, we're going to get 1 loot, one loot, and we are going to have to battle one level 2 enemy. So we're only going to have one enemy, but it's a level 2 enemy, so quite a bit more difficult, as we're going to end up seeing here. So I have to choose my starting locations for my 2 characters, which, you know what, I am just going to keep going. I'm going to put my knight in the front and my sorcerer in the back corner. It always seems to work out for me, at least in the beginnings. And we are going to now draw a level 2 enemy. And we've got the jailer. We've got the jailer here. He's worth 5 souls at the end of this. And he is weak against hammer attacks, which are longsword. Our longsword is a hammer attack. That's actually really quite useful to us because his defense is 2. So he soaks up 2 points of damage before damage goes through. Really? This puny little jailer? Okay. And he's got 3 hit points and is going to do 2 attacks. So his spawn location is going to be over here. And it says that his attack is going to come into this spot right here, which our knight is in that row because there's no one in that spot. So we attack the row, and he is the only person in this row. So he's going to take 2 points of damage. Let's take a look at what our block cards are here. Okay. So I've got 2 things of knight armor. I've got our knight armors here, but our knight armor needs yellow stamina, and I actually currently have no yellow stamina in my hand, which is actually really quite unfortunate. I could have actually really used that block. So I guess we're going to have to take 2 points of damage, or I'm going to end up having to block 3 of that. And you know what? I'm actually going to flip this over. I'm going to actually block that. I'm going to block that because he's our only guy. He's only doing 2 points of damage. I'm actually going to do a block first. I'm going to flip that over. Alrighty, so now we are going to go into doing, I guess we're going to go into doing attacks. Player turns. Player turns first, and, well, my sorcerer is not in range of doing any attacks. So I'm actually going to have to, so I guess the only thing that the sorcerer is going to do this turn is actually just move one location over. And I guess they could cycle any cards they want, but I don't think we are going to cycle any cards. Sorcerer's turn is just going to be move. Knight's turn is that they are going to move so that they are in that row with the jailer. Sorry, that column with the jailer. And I want to use my longsword, but my longsword needs some yellow stamina. And I don't currently have any yellow stamina. So I'm actually going to cycle some cards here. I'm actually going to use I'm actually going to discard one of my knight's armors because I have another one in my hand. And I am actually going to also discard 2 of these red stamina. So I'm going to cycle 3 cards. So I'm hurting myself 3. Okay, I get a blue stamina. I got a yellow stamina. And another yellow stamina. Perfect. Because I want to do 3 points of damage to this jailer with my longsword. And I got a choice here. I can actually do 2 points of damage at a time here. Do you know what? I'm actually going to might do that here. I'm going to do 2 points of damage and keep this longsword. So that means I'm going to have to discard a yellow, a red, and another one. And you know what? I'm going to actually just discard this blue one. So I'm going to do 2 points of damage to the jailer. And I'm going to keep this longsword in my hand. So I'm going to grab a couple damage tokens. They have a whole bunch of tokens in this game. So I'm going to put 2 damage on him because that longsword was a hammer damage. Hammer time. Do. And he's weak against hammer attacks. Okay, player turns are done. We refill our hands back up to 6. A short sword. So 1, 2, 3. And a knight shield. Knight shields are actually pretty good because actually you can use them as attacks. if you want. MC Ryan going to town. Dun, 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 dun. Can't touch this. All right, let's take a look here, and I don't have to refill the sorcerer's hand, so let's go ahead, and enemy's going to attack this spot. 2 damage. Knight's going to take 2 damage. But I think I will use the Knight's Shield here. I won't pay any stamina. I'm just going to discard it to protect myself. 3 damage. So essentially I took 1 point of damage because I had to discard this 1 card, but instead of discarding 2 cards. And let's go to town. We're going to attack. I'm going to use the Knight is going to attack the Jailer again. And you know what? Let's go with Longsword. Let's do Longsword again. And this time, I just need to do 1 more point of damage. Except for I have no red damage. I'm really low on stamina. So I am going to just pay one yellow. I'm just going to discard this card to do 2 damage. Kind of like I'm going to throw my longsword at him. Can you imagine that? Throwing the longsword. And we're going to do the damage. He is done because he's weak against those hammer attacks. He's going to come over here. He's going to give us 5 souls at the end of this encounter. Really quite nice. Grab another 5 souls here. And he's going to give us a common treasure. And that common treasure is going to be a buckler. And this buckler actually gives us the ability to dodge. Now, dodging just negates damage, kind of like blocking, but it also avoids status effects. We haven't encountered any enemies yet that give us status effects, but there are some status effects that we can get inflicted with that'll give us extra damage for doing certain things. So we want to try to avoid those, and this buckler is going to help us do so because dodging ignores status effects as well. So that's also going to go into my loot. So we cleared this encounter. Oh, I guess I better draw it back up to my cards. The sorcerer didn't do anything that encounter, so they are good and primed and ready to go. But I do have to draw up for, I got another short sword, another long sword, some yellow stamina, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's my 6 cards. Okay, then. And they are good. So now what's actually going to happen is that these 1, 2, 3 souls and this sharp gem, I get those now. Those are part of my what they refer to as inventory. I just get these. And I can now, when I rest at the bonfire, I can equip and spend those souls. Oh, I guess I better clear this encounter. Now, I have a choice here. I can keep pushing my luck. And I guess the next one I would actually have to do is I could actually either go and fight this boss or do a level 2 encounter. Now, here's the thing I have to keep in mind, though, is that the Knight's deck is actually getting a little thin. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only got 7 cards left in it. And that level 2 encounter could have actually up to like 3 or 4 baddies in it. And if one of your characters, not just both characters, if one of those characters runs out of cards in their deck, the encounter is lost. And if the encounter is lost, you lose everything that's in your loot pile. You lose everything that's in there. And you'll never get it. And that buckler looks pretty good. And those 5 souls are actually pretty sweet looking. So I think this will be our first time to rest at a bonfire. So if I'm going to rest at a bonfire, this is what's going to happen here. These encounter cards are no longer cleared, which means now I have to actually go through them again. But I am going to get these 5 souls, and I am going to get this buckler. So now I have these 2 cards to equip to my characters, and I've got 8 souls that I can use to purchase more stamina to go into my decks. But I'm announcing that I'm resting at the bonfire. So the level 1 bonfire is gone. And now we are at the level 2 bonfire, which now says I can have 31 cards in my deck, so I get to increase my deck size by 3 cards. And we actually also gain 1 common treasure for revealing this. So another common treasure. And we've got the Spotted Whip. Ooh, whip it good. And it's going to deal ranged damage, and it also inflicts poison, which this is actually pretty darn cool and pretty darn good. I really enjoy this, so I'm going to definitely put that into somebody's deck. Okay, so now I get to spend. So if you want to, oh, hi there, Seth. Welcome to the stream here. And dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. Absolutely the 5 Ds of dodgeball. Go average Joes, which I feel like I am most of the time while playing this particular game. But, okay. So I'm going to equip these. So you can chat amongst yourselves or ask me any questions that you have as I'm going to decide which of these I'm actually going to put into my decks here. I'm definitely going to give the sharp gem to my knight. And I'm going to give the spotted whip to my sorcerer. I don't know what I'm going to do with 8 souls. Purchasing more stamina is actually always really, really good. And of course, these double stamina cards, they do cost a lot. They cost 5 souls. And so I would actually really like to get some of those because they help us out. But I think initially here, I think we're going to go with a few of these ones. I'm going to spend 2 souls to grab one of these to go into his deck. I'm going to spend another 2, get in a change of 3 here. I'm going to grab a one of these ones to put inside of the knight's deck. And you know what? I think I'm just going to spend another... let's just do it again. Let's spend another 2 souls, put another one of these into his deck, and another 2 souls. And I'm going to put... I'll put one of these into the knight's deck. Okay, there we go. You are devoted to those music puns. I like it. Oh my gosh, we are loving it, right, Seth? Right, Seth? Yes, I agree. Nice one. Okay, I think I'm going to add those to my decks. I don't know if I'm going to actually put the buckler. And you know what? I could put the buckler in to the sorcerer's deck and just take out one of his. You can take out one of his purples because I added in a couple extra purple icons. Let's just do that. I'm just going to keep that purple icon over here. I'll add the buckler and these ones into the sorcerer deck. All of that goes out. These are all going to get shuffled. These are all going to get shuffled. And away we go into... I might actually feel pretty good about if we can get past one of those level 1s really, really quickly. If we can get past that level 1 really quickly, I think I might have a good chance at Vort of the Boreal Valley. I might actually have a good shot at him this time round. And defeating one of the bosses by round 2 is actually really, really good. You definitely need to defeat one of them by the end of the 3rd bonfire, or else you're pretty much hooped in this game. So, whoop, there we go. Okay, knight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we drew a weapon into that, which means we can't mulligan. And for the sorcerer, you do end up doing quite a bit of shuffling in this one. You do end up doing quite a bit of shuffling of your decks here. Let's give it another one here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have my cards sleeved yet because I don't play this one a ton. Oh, I got Sorcerer's Robes. And I got Mail Breaker, which means I can't mulligan. I don't have these cards sleeved. I don't feel like I'm going to play this game enough to warrant sleeving the cards. But they are very nice quality. They are very nice qualityed cards with that very nice lid, that nice linen finish to them. So they are very durable. They aren't going to crack and break or rip on me anytime soon. So, okay, let's go into, hot take, sleeves are overrated. I would tend to agree, except for all my deck building and my Marvel Champions stuff. that stuff gets used quite a bit. I'm actually going to keep it. I'm going to keep them in nice. I've unsleeved all of my Ashes cards except the Phoenix Born. Wow, that's a lot of cards to unsleeve. You could sleeve like a whole another few games with all of that. Everything. My take is I only sleeve up my Ashes when I'm playing. That's the only time that I've actually ever sleeved them up, is that when I go to play them, that's when I'm going to sleeve them. But then I take my other sleeves and put them back in their boxes. We've got a choice here. Take on a level 1 encounter, or we can do a level 2 or a level 3 encounter. My goal here is I'm going to take on this level 1 encounter here, and hopefully I can do it quite quickly like I did last time, and so that I can get to Vort and do a boss battle right after that one. So let's do that. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go back to the Dark Hollow. It's going to give me 1 treasure. I got to fight 2 level 1 enemies here, and I got to do it. Now, it's not the same 2 level 1 enemies. No. Sorry. It could be. They get those other level 1 enemies. I guess I forgot to shuffle them back into their deck, but we shuffle up the level. It's not the same level 1 enemies, which, I don't know if that makes sense or not. But it's going to be a fresh 2 level 1 enemies that are going to come. I'm going to do my standard. Opening here. And let's see who we got. We've got a Sage's Devout. Okay. Blocks 1 point of damage. Only has 1 point, but he's going to attack for 4. Aye. So he is going to spawn here, and he's going to end up attacking there. And my other level 1 enemy I'm going to have is a Irithilian Beast Hound. Is that how you? I don't know. Weak against sorcery. That's pretty good. And he is going to spawn in this location right here. And he is going to attack this location. And he's also going to deal Frostbite, which is... Okay, so here we go. Let's activate the enemies. So this guy is actually going to attack first. He is going to attack here, and there is a person there. So he's going to inflict his damage, which is, what is it? Oh, he's inflicting 2 damage, and he's going to also inflict Frostbite. So let's see here. Can I block 2 points of damage? I can block 2 points of damage with my Sorcerer's Robes, and I can keep this card. But I am going to get the Frostbite. Or I can discard these and do the dodge effect. Let me think on that one. Vincent's got another question here. Does it affect the game if you don't reshuffle the enemy decks, like if you went to see them at all? I haven't tried it. I don't see it really affecting the game. There's quite a stack of these enemies here. So if you want uniqueness in your game, I don't think that it would affect at all if you didn't reshuffle those guys back in there. I guess it's the chance that you could actually encounter them again, which is all fine and dandy. I'm going to use the Sorcerer Robes. I just have to pay 1 purple stamina in order to block that 2 point damage, but I am going to get Frostbitten. I'm going to grab a Frostbite token here and remind me that he is Frostbitten, and I'm going to go to my little reference card here. It says Frostbite here. It says it suffer 1 damage the next time this card moves. So next time I move, I have to suffer 1 point of damage. Okay, and then the Sage's Devout is going to attack. It's going to attack this corner right here, and there's nobody there, so he's going to attack the row. And my my sorcerer is there is going to get attacked for 4 points of damage. Hoi, 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 hoi. And you know what? I actually don't have any blue stamina, so you know what? I'm just going to use my sorcerer robes again. Now, okay, now is it worth it? So I'm going to take 2 points of damage. I have to discard this one to only take 2 points of damage. So I'm essentially taking 3 points of damage as opposed to 4 points of damage. Well, I guess saving damage is always a good thing, especially if I'm going to go do a baddie here. So I'm going to spend my stamina, use the sorcerer's robes to keep it in my hand, block 2 points of damage. Now I still have to take 2 points of damage from that. And you know what? Let's just do it off the top of the deck here. 1 point of damage. 2. Oh no, my whip. My whip. Got whipped good. Oh, well, that was unfortunate, but hey, I guess that is the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Draw 2 cards. Yeah, at least I got one of those. One of my double. Oh, I got both my doubles. Alrighty, we are into attacking, I guess. So let's take a look here. He's weak against. Oh, I don't have my sorcery weapons at my disposal. So let's just use the sorcerer to. You know what? Let's use the mail breaker here. He's got to do 2 points of damage. I will use my mail breaker. I will discard the mail breaker and a blue stamina to deal 2 points of damage so that he is defeated for 1 soul. And I'm going to keep him there. I'm not going to move him because if he moves, then it's going to take a point of damage, and I don't want that point of damage. Oh, I guess I could have flipped him back. I should have flipped him back over since we rested at a bonfire. I'm going to move the knight, and I have to attack, and I am going to use my short sword. Use my short sword here. It's going to block 1 point of damage anyway, so I am just going to spend my yellow stamina, do 2 points of damage, and I have to discard the short sword, which is leaving me with no weapon currently, but maybe I'll draw it at the end of the encounter, and this guy is defeated. So that gets me 4 souls in total. There's one guy was worth 3, one guy was worth 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4 souls, and 4 souls, and I get a common treasure, which is a sunlight straight sword. Very handy, actually very strong. 1 yellow, 2 reds. Keep it in your hand, deals 3 points of damage. That's actually really, really good for us. That would be really good for us. But we don't get it right away. That goes into our loot. We have to replenish our hands. So there's 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. This is not good for our knight, as he is nothing but stamina, no way to defend, no way to attack currently. This is not the greatest. We might have to lean on our sorcerer. Now, here's a good thing, though, at the end of a scenario, though. Sorry, at the end of an encounter, any status effects go away. So we actually didn't have to suffer that frostbite. Alrighty. So let's go into... Yeah. Let's go into the boss fight. Let's try a boss fight here. So we are going to go into Vort of the Boreal Valley. Look at that. He's a beast. He's gonna come and get us. So there's 2 sides of the card. We always start the boss on the gate, the gated side. There might be some effects from some cards that will flip him over to his other side, and he has some different abilities. So he's going to start on his gate side. He has 5 points we need to deal 5 points of damage to him. And it says, when a player character starts its turn in the front row, you have to suffer frostbite. So I guess we're not starting our turns in the front row. So I guess let's just kind of, let's start there and start there. I'm not starting in the front row with this guy. Now, with these boss monsters here, they are going to, they always start in the kind of like in the front center here, but they have, I'm going to shuffle these up, but they have cards that move them around. So they got them moving around and attacking different zones. And they actually have abilities. Most of them usually have abilities where after they attack them, they move the characters around. And depending on which side of this guy is attacking and where he's located, they have different weaknesses. So right now he would be hammer weakness. Summer, it is sorcerer weakness. So a whole bunch of different weaknesses come out with this one. Isn't it 6? 6 what's? What didn't I count? What didn't I count with 6? Life on the boss. Where have I got him? Oh gosh. Thank you. 6 points of damage. Thank you. Yes, because he's on. I forgot about this guy. There, right here. There's his shield that blocks. That he blocks his thing. So we have to do 6 points of damage. Every time we deal damage, he's blocking 1. And if we ever start in the front row, we are suffering frostbite. Okay, so let's shuffle up his cards. He's going to be bouncing around this, attacking us for, well, multiple points of damage, because depending when he is, like this one here, he's going to deal 4 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage. Looks like he's always dealing at least 3 or 4 damage to us. But I think we can deal 6 damage to him before he ends up doing something. So let's go. Oh, let's go. I've never done a boss on the second bonfire. Let's go. Though it might be actually pretty difficult because the knight has no weapons in his hand. Oh, gosh. Okay. Enemy always activates first. So he is going to... Oh, this is actually probably the best one that we could probably start with. He is going to jump over to this spot right here, and he's going to do an area attack. So it says he's going to attack everybody in this column. Area attacks are the only time that you don't actually resolve if there's nobody there. Area attacks only attack this column right here. And since we're not in that column, nothing's going to happen to us. That's beautiful. That's actually pretty beautiful. Oh, I can't believe we dodged that. Okay, so let's hopefully take a look at what we can do here. I'm going to move the knight. Let's try to move the knight over. And I need an attacking weapon. So let's discard some stamina here. I'm going to discard 3 stamina. I'm going to take 3 hits to draw 3 cards. Hopefully we get something. Stamina. Nope. Longsword. Yes. And stamina. Okay, anyways. Got it. So at least I got something that can deal some damage to him. Now, unfortunately, he's weak against the purple sword type of damage, and we drew our hammer damage, but we can do something to him at least this turn. And we're going to want to keep this around a while. So I'm not going to do the discarding. I'm not going to do the discarding effects. So this case, I am going to do damage to him. And oh, hi, Seth. So stop by to say hi, but I have to go to sleep. See you later, Ryan. Thanks, Seth, for stopping by. Hopefully you catch the rest of the stream at some point in time. It is a pretty nifty little game here. Okay, 2 points of damage. I need to discard a yellow, a red, and a something else. So I'll just discard those 3. I'll deal 2 damage. 1 gets blocked, but 1 gets through. We'll do it that way. And Sorcerer. Sorcerer, you're going to... Let's just move. Yeah, let's just move. I think that's a good plan to start off with. I'm going to draw it back up to my 6. Ooh, lots of stamina. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And they are full. So let's go with the next enemy attack. And the next enemy attack is going to be... let's go here. Everything in the front row. Well, I see. We are... Oh, he's going to move back to the center. And he's going to do an area attack across the front row. So staying in the back has been a good strategy for us so far. Because we have not taken any damage from that yet. Perfect. So let's take a look at what is going to... Let's see here. I'm sorry. I just have to pull up. I just got a ding. A message here. My lovely wife just sent me a message saying that she made my lunch for me tomorrow. I love you, honey. I have to go back to work tomorrow. It's my first day back at school, and she was ever so kind enough. She made me a sandwich and packed up some snackies for my lunch. I love her so much. Okay, let's see what we're going to do here. I want to deal some damage. And it's hammer damage this time. Interesting. Oh, why did I move my... You know what? Sorcerer hasn't really done much. I'm going to just so that we can do it. Interesting, because the sorcerer will be in the way. Do you know what? I think I should attack it with the sorcerer and then move the sorcerer out of the way. I think that is exactly what we will do. So we will use the soul arrow. Now, unfortunately, we have to do. You know what? If we're gonna discard this, we may as well discard this big. 2 purples and 2 of anything, so that's 4. I'm going to do 3 points of damage. So that's another 2 damage on. So he soaks up 1 and then another 2 go on him. And then this gets discarded. Actually, whoa, let's back that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am actually going to use the sorcerer's ability. Flip this card over to pay for the stamina cost of an attack with this symbol. So I'm going to actually flip that over. Use the soul arrow, the 3 attack, and I will just discard this without actually having to pay any of that stamina. That sounds like a better plan, just right off the hop. And then the sorcerer is going to move out of the way so that the knight can now come in. The knight is now going to move over. And Vort is weak against hammer attacks. And guess what I have? I have a long sword. And I just need to do 3 more points of damage. And I am just going to just huck this long sword at Vort here and deal that 3 points of damage. I need 2 yellow stamina and then 2 of anything else, which I will discard. Discard the longsword. 3 points of damage on you, Vort. And you can't block it because you have weak against very strong attacks. And boom! 6 damage on Vort. And do you know what? I am off to one of the best starts of this game I have ever had. He is Dunzo. Dunzo gives me 4 souls and a uncommon treasure. Not a common treasure, but an uncommon treasure this time around. So I'm going to get my souls. and my sword. Nice. He is now this guy. He's going to give me 4 souls as a reward. 1, 2, 3, and 4 souls as a reward. And he is defeated. I can actually just go ahead and remove his deck now from the game because he has been defeated. And I get an uncommon treasure from him. And, ooh, look at this armor. Katarina armor. Blocks 4, blocks 6. Ooh, really good armor. 4 souls on that. And our decks are actually semi-healthy. Man, do I dare go at another encounter? Or just stop at my bonfire? Vincent, what should we do? Stop at the bonfire or push into another encounter? We haven't attempted a level 2 encounter. Those ones are actually amp up the difficulty quite a bit. So, encounter. Now, here's the thing, though. If we end up losing that, because what did I do here? I lost the knight lost. He lost his long sword and his short sword. So, okay, so he still has a long sword and a short sword in his deck, and I'm gonna have to add. And what did we've lost one of our soul arrows, our mail breaker, our spotted whip. Oh gosh. You really want to do an encounter? Do you really want us to do another encounter? Because that armor right there, that's pretty darn good. That armor there is pretty darn good. And we get another 4 souls. After seeing the after seeing the card bonfire. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess wait. Well, let's draw our 6 cards to see what happens. 4, 5, 6. I got my sharp gem. I got long sword. I got quite a few weapons. 2, 3, 4, 5. Quite a bit of stamina on the. I am not going to push my luck. I'm actually just going to rest at a bonfire to get all of this stuff. I want to rest at the bonfire. I'm going to take my stuff. I've never defeated a boss after on the second encounter. That was actually pretty nuts. So I'm going to keep those I'm going to keep the knight's deck there. I'm going to keep my sorcerer's deck right here. I got a bunch of souls to spend, and the crackling fires are now turning into glowing logs. I now get a 34, so I increased by 3 again. And I get to gain a 2 soul stamina card. Interesting cards. Yeah, bonfire cards are the time. How many are there? There are 5 bonfire cards. If we during the 5th bonfire, if we have not defeated Pontiff, by the end of the 5th bonfire, we have lost the game. So glowing logs, I get to gain a 2 soul stamina card. You know what? Let's add one of these to his deck. And I am definitely giving the knight this new sword. And I am definitely going to give my sorcerer this armor. That seems pretty good. Let's give the knight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to spend 5 souls to give the knight one of these double staminas, and I'm going to spend another 2 souls to give my sorcerer another, another one of these stamina cards. So increasing. Oh, thanks, Vincent. I forgot to remove the question off the screen. Getting too busy into my thing here. I need to add. I can add another card into the Knight's deck, and you know what? Where was that other? Did I give that card? I must have gave that card to my. I gave that to the sorcerer, the buckler. Yeah, I did give the buckler to the sorcerer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I'm up to his limit. If you need to add a card to a deck and you have no more souls to purchase a new card or anything like that, what you can do is that they actually have them set off to the side here. We have these Remnants of Humanity. They're just kind of like a blank card here. You just discard it just to draw another card type of deal. Just kind of just gets you back up to your thing. They don't really do any. I don't know. They don't really do anything for you. I only have one soul left. I don't think maybe purchasing that double. Maybe purchasing that double wasn't the right move at this time. Let's just go back. Let's back that up here. Let's take 5 souls back. Put this one back here. Maybe let's just spend 2 souls. 1, 2. Yeah, let's just purchase another one of these. And then let's just purchase another one. That's probably a better use of our currency. Yeah, that's probably a better use of our currency. The double ones are quite nice. They are quite nice, but I like to max out. Let's max out the deck sizes. Okay, those ones go there. Those ones go there. Let's give it a quick shuffle. Encounter comes off. That guy is donezo, though, for the remainder of the game. So now we got to work towards defeating Pontiff. So let's go ahead and... Are we going to do a level 3 encounter, or are we going to do a level 2 encounter? Should we just jump difficulty? You think I'm good enough just to do a level 3 encounter? I wonder. Level 2 encounter, level 3 encounter. What time is it out that way, Vincent? It's got to be getting pretty late for you folks. I can't remember the time. Is it a 2-hour time difference? Is it like almost midnight? Is it almost midnight out that way? Is it like 11? Is it like quarter to 12? I can't remember. It's a 2-hour time difference. Heaven forbid if it's a 3-hour time difference. Oh my goodness. Okay, those guys are done. Let's draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sharp gem, knight's armor, long sword, and some stamina cards. And my sorcerer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, stamina, mail breaker. Stamina. Oh, soul error. Another mail breaker. Ooh, we're geared up to... Yeah, it's late. Perfect. We are geared up here. Let us do my standard open. It's been working for me. Let's do my standard opening. And let's just... I'm curious. Let's see what this level 2... I'm going to go do the level 2 encounter. Okay, so you can see here, level 2 encounter, 2 players. It's going to give us 2 common treasures. We got 2 level 1 baddies and a level 2 baddie. So it does jump up quite a. It does go. So we got 3 enemies coming at us, gonna hit us hard. And that's 3 attacks that we have to get for. So, well, that's actually really good. Here on vacation. Beat even though I'm working tomorrow. Ha 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 ha. Vacation mode is the best mode. My vacation mode ends tonight. So, yay me. But I couldn't think of it better. Playing some games, chit-chatting to people. Let's do our... I'm going to shuffle these level 1 baddies back in. Because maybe they'll come out again. We'll do 2 level 1 baddies and a level 2 baddie. First level 1 baddie is the Silver Knight Spearman. He blocks 1 point of damage, needs 2 points of damage, and he does area attacks. Straight up the gut. And I guess where he's starting, too. Another level 1 baddie is going to be the Irithilian Slave Warrior. He's got invisibility, so cannot be attacked while there are non-invisible enemies in play. So he's going to be the last guy he does. Starts down here. And our level 2 baddie is going to be a Ravenous Crystal Lizard. Look at that. And look at the area that, oh gosh, this is not... This is going to be this guy is not nice. He blocks 2 points of damage and he has 2 health, dealing 5 damage, and he's starting where? Oh gosh, he's starting in here. Oof. This, yeah, no, I am agreeing with this encounter may, we might be over this encounter quite quickly. Let's see here. Oh no, we got some pretty big, our decks are equipped. So let's take a look here. So that, okay, straight up the gut, does 4 points of damage. What can I block here? What do I have to block? I can discard my knight armor. Now, could I deal 3 points of damage to him, though? Oh, gosh. Let's go with this. I'm going to block 3 points of that damage. I need to discard a yellow stamina, which means I still have to take 1 point of damage. I'm going to discard one of these red staminas. Coming over here, he does an area attack of 5. Oh, right, I forgot about this guy. Nah. Oh, well. But I'm taking damage anyways. He does an area attack. Boom, boom, like right here. Oigs. So my knight's going to take 5 points of damage. And, well, I guess we have to, I'm going to do this right. Oh, gosh, 5 points of damage. Let's flip over right away and block 3 of that points of damage. So we're going to have to take 2 points of damage. 1, 2, not bad. Yeah, it's 5 points of damage on each person. This, like a Dark Souls game or a Souls game, it is unforgiving. Unforgiving at all. Sorcerer takes 5 points of damage, and guess what? I don't have any. My Sorcerer has no block. I have nothing to block that with. Oh, I guess I should have flipped him over. Oh gosh, 5 points of damage. Oigs. Oigs. Well, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh. And then we also have this guy down here just doing 2 points of damage to this, which is going to do 2 points of damage to the knight. And I guess that's just another 2 points of damage to the knight. I'm just going to 1, 2. Let's go. 1. Ooh, another longsword. That's actually pretty interesting. 2, 3. And another one of these. 1. Ooh, there's some defense. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 cards now. No whip. Discarded this time. Small wins. Small wins indeed. I'm oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do with this encounter here. Him soaking 2 points of damage before he gets dealt any damage is quite huge. Oh wait, but he only needs 2 points of damage and he is weak against a sword. Aha, here we go. Let's do this. Sorcerer. Oh wait, he can't get hit until all enemies are defeated. Well, let's do it this way then. Knight, come over here. I think we're actually going to be okay here. Knight, come over here. Weak against hammer attacks. I do have my longsword. He only needs 2 points of damage to be hit. Oh, heck yeah. Let us... Oh, but I don't have 3. I don't to keep my longsword around. Oh, but I have another longsword in my hand. Nice. So I'm going to discard 1 yellow stamina to throw this longsword at him. And that actually defeats him. That actually worked out because he only needed 2 points. He only had 2 health, and he was weak against. So he's worth 6 souls at the end of this scenario. Nice. And I am now then going to move my sorcerer over here. And I am going to attack the Silver Knight because he is weak against the purple. And I do have the purple. And I have 2 of these in my hand, so I'm actually just going to use the discard ability to pay. I'm going to pay 1 blue stamina and use the discard ability to do 2 damage. And he's only got 2 damage, so he is gone for another 3 souls. That's 9 souls at the end of this encounter already. Nice. And that is all. Okay. Well, okay, we dealt with the big damage hitters right off the bat. That was actually pretty huge. Oops, I bumped my little stand here. Everything still looks okay. We'll draw back up to 6. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, another shield. Enemy attacks this spot here for 2 damage. And I will use the Knight's Armor. And just pay a yellow stamina to keep it around. Okay, here we go. I am now going to use... I'm going to do the... what am I going to do here? Sure, let's do the Sorcerer. I'm going to move over here. Sorcerer is going to use their big, their one of their soul arrows. So I don't think I've used a soul arrow yet. Nope, haven't used a soul arrow yet. I'm going to use their soul arrow to do a ranged attack. I'm going to have to discard this. A purple and an anything. To do 2 damage at range. So I'm leaping over my knight in order to hit them for 2 points of damage. Soaks up 1, so it deals 1 damage. And that's discarded. And now my knight should come in, and I need to get some... I need to get some better stamina. So I'm going to discard these 2 staminas and draw 2 more. Oh, no! What hand is this? No staminas in all weapons and defense. Well, that's unfortunate. Because I can't even defend myself. Okay, so then he's gonna activate and attack this spot for 2 damage. Takes 2 damage because I can't defend, so I guess I'm just gonna do this one and this one and this one. Okay, draw back up. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, armor. There we go. There's some stamina. There's some stamina. 1, 2, 3. That's good. That is a Dark Souls hand. That's the part of this game. You can get completely hosed on your card draws. Okay, so I guess... Can I attack this guy now? I just need to do 1 point. I need to do 2 points of damage. Keep it around. Keep whatever it is around. Let's do this. Oh, I don't have enough. 2 points of damage. Let's do the Mail Breaker. So I'm going to move the knight out of the way. Keep that hand. And I am going to toss the Mail Breaker. I just need to do a blue stamina. Does 2 points of damage. Soaks up 1. Second point of damage goes through. He is defeated. Oh my gosh, that was hard. For another 2 souls in this. So how many souls do we get here at the end of this encounter? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 11 souls at the end of this scenario, at the end of this encounter. We got 11 souls, and we get 2 treasures. We get a Morian blade that does bleeding damage. And bleeding damage is good because bleeding damage does an extra point of damage when you attack that. The next attack against that particular card gets an extra damage associated with it. So bleeding damage is always nice. And another common treasure which we get is a parrying dagger. And it does some blocking and it does some dodging. And the discard effect is that you can actually dodge and inflict 1 damage on the attacker. Not particularly great because a lot of characters are soaking up 1 damage. So, well, I guess it's inflicting, not attacking. So, I think there is some. I better read on the rule book about that one, but that was tough. But you did it. We did it, Vincent. We did it. You're part of this as well. I'm just saying, you're part of this as well. Oh my goodness gracious. We're going to have to go through that encounter again in order to get to Pontiff. So, do we... Oh, I guess we should do this. Ugh. Cleared. Do we go back and do a level 1 encounter to just kind of, maybe get some extra souls and maybe get some extra treasure to add into our decks? Our decks are still pretty healthy. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go back and do a level 1 encounter. And get rid of these folks over there. Put these ones. I'm going to go back and do just a level 1 encounter just to kind of get some more souls and get some more treasure so that we can hopefully go into that last boss fight, or we can actually get through one of these boss fights one of these encounters quite easily. Okay, let's do this one here. Let's just fight a 1 level 2 baddie. I'm going to go back here. He's still flipped because we don't refresh until the end of a bonfire. Level 2s, let's shuffle them up. So I put some back on top there. Just shuffle that up. Level 2 baddie, a corpse grub. He doesn't look too bad. Oh, but he's coming in to do 5 points of damage right off the bat. Ooh. Oh, boy. That is nasty. So he's going to come here and he's going to attack our sorcerer for 5 points of damage. Oh, I guess I didn't refill my sorcerer's hand. Ugh. 4, 5, 6. Oh, if I only had some blue... Well, I guess I can actually just discard this buckler just to dodge everything. I'm actually going to do that. I'm just going to discard the buckler to dodge everything. Handy timing. Draw one card to get back up to the start of the scenario. And here we go. He's weak against hammer damage. Oh gosh, nice. I'm going to be resting at a bonfire right away soon, so let's go with something that deals... I'm going to deal this one. I'm going to move my knight over and use my short sword. Discard effect. Does 2 points of damage. He's dead. Just like that. One shield soaks up 1 point. The other point defeats this guy for another 4 souls. So I'm just going to do another. I'm going to put 5 there. Take 1 back. And we get a 1 common treasure out of that deal. And we get the spider shield. Actually, that's actually not looking too bad. That's not looking too bad. This number 1 right down here, you may not see it, but it actually has a little. Where is it here? You can block all the different spaces around that particular character that's casting that. So you can actually block 4 other players. But it has to be the adjacent spaces around it. So you can block another character 5 points of damage with this particular card, which is actually quite handy. But you need to have the red and yellow stamina, which actually would go good in the Knight's deck because he's got lots of yellow and red stamina. So I'm actually going to take that one. We defeated that one, but I'm just going to actually rest at the bonfire here so that I get I get 15 souls. Which is actually quite good. Go with our other 2, so we got 17 souls, and we got a bunch of new equipment for our 2 characters. Okay, and so we're resting at the bonfire. Level 4 bonfire here. When this one's revealed, so sorry, we're getting another 3 cards in our hand size. And we're going to get a 5 soul stamina card. Nice. One that I really, really want. So I'm going to actually go with... the one that I wanted in the first place. I'm going to put this one in the Knight's deck. I'm actually going to put the Spider Shield into the Knight's deck as well. And do you know what? Let's put this... Do I dare put the blade... Do I put the blade into it? No, I'm going to put the... The parrying dagger would be good for the sorcerer. The parrying dagger is good for the sorcerer. And you know what? I'm going to spend 5 souls. Since I have 17 souls, I'm going to buy one of these ones for the sorcerer. And you know what? I may as well just buy another one. That seems pretty good to start off with for the sorcerer. And you know what? I'm going to spend another 5. As much as I like the Morian Blade, I think we're going to spend another 5 here and put another one. I'm going to put one of these into the Knight's deck. And I'll just keep the Morian Blade just kind of in my little, what they refer to as the inventory. Keep it in there. Keep it in the inventory so that I can maybe add it at a later time. All right, let's put it all in. So now we've got 37 cards in our decks. We started off with 28, so we're slowly getting a little bit bigger and a little bit better. We're adding in those new items and those new stamina cards so that we last a little bit longer. Maybe we might be able to push it this time. Maybe we can do this level 2 encounter again. If we do it in enough time, we can take on Pontiff. Pontiffs are pretty tough, though. 2-player game, he needs 13 points of damage done to him. And he's got this funky thing where every now and then he flips over to a second side. He flips over to another side, and you have to deal damage to that side before he flips back over. It's really quite interesting mechanically. But if we don't do it in this turn, at least if we have to go through a lot of cards to defeat this level 2 encounter, if we have to go through a lot of cards to go through that one, or maybe do we come up here and see what this level 3 encounter is like? I wonder what that level 3 is. Because this one's big. Well, this one was big because it's 3 enemies. It's 3 enemies. Level 2, then the boss that seems to be the smart play. We don't know what that level 3 encounter is. At least if we run through our deck quite thick here, which we haven't really ran thick. The knight and the sorcerer are quite good complementary with one another because they between the two of them they deal out the 4 different types of damage. Like there's like the hammer and the double sword damage that goes through here, like the orange and the green. And then the sorcerer does the other points of damage. It does the pink star and the purple sword. So we cover kind of like all of the weaknesses between these two. So having good complementary characters with one another. You're biased. You need to go to bed eventually. I get you, Vincent. So let's do the level 2 encounter and let's see if we can get to the boss. I'll quickly shuffle up the Knight's deck here. Do one of these. Yeah, I know. The stream right now is running about an hour 40 minutes. Let me just tell you this too. I'm playing kind of speedily. I know I'm talking through a lot of the points, but the box says an hour. I don't know how you do this game in an hour. I really don't know how you do this game in 1 hour. Like it's a printed solid 1 hour, not like 30 minutes per player type thing. No. This is the thing. Okay, let's draw up our knight's hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, got a long sword, got the sharp gem, we got some stamina, and our knight's armor. That's pretty good starting hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna have, oh, look at this. We got the whip. Whip it good. And we've got the buckler for some dodging. We got a shield, and then we've got a bunch of we got both our double staminas. Interesting starting hand. And let's go with our starting thingamajigger. And here we go. So we are doing this one, the Sunrise Pass. Again, we're going to have 2 level 1s and a level 2. I don't know if I shuffled this or not, but let's just give it one of those. We got the Hound Rat. Oh, that's a really nice character for us. He's going to start in here. Another level 1. Okay, we got this guy again, the Beast Hound. And our level 2 guy is going to be... I didn't shuffle the level 2s. I just kind of threw that guy back on top. We got the Haru Shaman. Ooh, and he's dealing poison damage. Yikes. And he is starting in the back corner over here, and he's dealing poison damage. All right, let us inflict damage. Boom. Gonna attack right here. Dealing 3 damage right off the bat. And we will use Knight's Armor. keep it in hand. Just spend 1 yellow stamina. Coming over here, dealing 2 points of damage and frostbite to this guy right over here. And I can just discard 1 thing and ignore the 2 points of damage. But I do get frostbitten. And over here, dealing damage to here. Nope. So coming over here. So it's going to deal 3 points of damage and poison. And you know what? We will ignore 3 points of damage again with our knight's armor by discarding this. But he is going to end up being poisoned. I don't think we've come across poison yet. Poison. At the end of our activation, we suffer 1 point of damage. Alrighty, let us go to town on these. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another knight's armor. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got our. Okay, let's take care of some of these baddies. Okay, well, first off, I don't need 2 pieces of knight's armor, and I don't need this one. So I want to get rid of 3 cards here just to draw. I want some more different staminas. 1, 2. Oh, and another long sword. I didn't need another long sword. Okay, so now the knight. I just want to deal. I want to keep one of my long, but I guess I don't need to keep 2 long swords around. So I can spend just 1 yellow stamina to get rid of my long sword, to get rid of this guy. He's gone. End of his activation. He has to suffer a point of damage, and that gets removed. We'll just discard a card off the top of the deck. And now it is my... wait, maybe I should move. No, I think he's okay where he... I think he's okay where he is. Okay, Sorcerer is going to attack. Oh, wait, oh, gosh. Oh, yes, we can attack. Except for my spotted whip. I need to use up lots of my things. So I'm actually going to discard 1, 2 cards just to draw 2 cards. Mail Breaker and another one of these. That really didn't help me at all. So let's go with Mail Breaker. To use 2. No, I don't want to do this. This sucks. May as well just do this one and keep it around. I have to spend the same amount of. No, I have to spend 2. Oh my gosh. I don't have to get rid of 2 of these things. I need 2 hands. Or else I discard it. Gosh, not against such a puny little enemy. Okay, I'm going to deal the Mail Breaker in this gun to get rid of him. That sucks. There we go. But I do need to get him over to here eventually here, so I'm going to remove the frostbite, and take a point of damage. And that point of damage is just going to come off the top of the deck. Okay, activation's done, so I have to draw 2 cards. Perfect. And draw 2 cards. There you go. Where were you, hand, before? Okay, activating, attacks him, 3 points of damage, and poison. And here we go. I will reveal Knight's Armor. Spend that, blocks to 3, gets poisoned again. And okay, so let's go with Sorcerer coming over. Oh, right, I don't have my like magic. I don't have my magic attack in my arsenal. Ooh. Oh, I think that's okay. I think we're okay. I will use the... Oh, I need to do 3 points of damage in order to just get one through. Unless if I had my magic, one of my magic arrows, which I don't have. Do I discard cards and try to get my magic arrows? One. Yeah, one. Okay. Yes. 2, 3. Perfect. Got my magic arrow. So I will do this one. Purple and an anything, which means I only just have to spend one card to deal my 2 points of damage. Or do I just have to spend... No, I can't spend the one because I don't have the red damage. Dang it. Okay, so I'll do that. And he is donezo. Donezo. Perfect. Love it. Yeah, it was a nice draw. Very un-Dark Souls-like. Haha. I'm just trying to... I just want to win this game more than just any other than any other times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and draw back up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so our encounter is done. We got how many souls at the end of that one? We got 9 souls at the end. 5, 7, 8, 9. And we got the two common treasures. This might influence us if we want to. Ooh, look at that. Sorcerer's Staff and a Mace. Very nice card draws, but I don't know if we're going to take it because I think we might go try to take on Pontiff. We got some pretty sizable stacks. Well, the Sorcerer. Yeah, we got some pretty sizable stacks. And we've got... Yep, we're going to do it. Let's take on Pontiff. And let's see if we can do it this time around. Okay, here we go. Okay, starting locations. Same starting locations like we like to do. And Pontiff is going to come into play. Okay, flip this card over. So here we go. So he's going to need 13 points of damage. Oh gosh. Okay. Flip this card over when it suffers 5 damage. The card is defeated once it suffers damage equal to its total hit point. So yeah, so once it gets 5 points of damage, it's going to flip over. Where then in a 2-player game, he ends up having 2 health. And then this card attacks using Pontiff's behavior deck. Flip this card over whenever you... So then it's going to have to take another 2 damage. And then it flips over, and then you have to start dealing the damage to him again. All right, so we really, really, really want to try to make sure that we hit those... We hit those weakness cards. So let's take a look at Pontiff's deck here. We're going to give it a good, quick little shuffle at the beginning here. And he's going to activate Assist first. So he is going to start in the middle and do a area attack straight across the middle for 3 points of damage. And that's our knight. And you know what? We're just going to start off with the knight. He's going to block that 3 points of damage just by flipping his card over. Perfect. Okay, so he's blocking once. So we need to deal some damage to this guy. And right now, the pink sorcery attacks are his weakness. And I don't have those in my hand currently. So let's go with How many swords did I discard? I got discarded one long sword. Oh gosh. In a knight's armor. So I don't want to be discarding the long sword in the knight's armor because I doubt I'm going to be getting them back very, very soon with such a sizable deck again. So with my long sword, I guess I will do 2 points of damage. I'll discard 3 things to keep the longsword in hand, do 2 points of damage, which only 1 is going to go through. And then the knight is going to, I don't even know what I do. I don't even want to dare move him, but I got to get him. I got to get the sorcerer back in there. So I'm going to go move the knight over, and I move the sorcerer over because I want the sorcerer to use the spotted whip. Use the spotted whip, and we're going to do 3 points of damage and poison the pontiff. So I'm going to do 3 points of damage. Oh, I guess it could be ranged, so I don't actually have to move the knight. I'm not going to move the knight. I'm going to keep the knight there, and I'm going to do 3 points of damage. And do 1, 2, 3. So 2 points of damage go through. 2 points of damage go through. And Pontiff gets poisoned. So at the end of his next activation, he will get a point of damage, which is okay by us. Put that aside over there. Okay, that is the end of our activation. So now Pontiff is going to activate, and he is going to do a jumping crush. He is going to move to this area over here and do an area attack across the back. So our guy is going to, oh, I guess I forgot to draw back up my cards. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, nice. Got my soul arrows. All right. So he's going to do 4 points of damage across the back here. He is going to need to defend some of that or dodge. You know what? Yeah, we're just going to discard the buckler just to do a dodge. I like that. So do a dodge and just ignore all of that. And we are going to go now into, okay. Oh, and that's the end of his activation. So he gets a point of damage. So at minimum, 1 point of damage is going to flip him back over. So let's try to maximize that damage by... I do have... He's weak against the double green sword, so I have a short sword that is green. And if I spend 1 yellow stamina, I can do 2 points of damage. That'll take him up to 6 damage to flip him. That seems okay. I think that seems okay. So let's move the knight over. We'll do the short sword. 1 yellow stamina to get him down. That deals 2 points of damage. So now he's at 6 points of damage. 6 points of damage, which means he is going to then, I'm just going to keep that aside here. We're going to flip it. So now he needs to get 2 points of damage hit on him on this side in order for him to flip back, which, you know what? Let's see what our... let's see what our sorcerer can do. Did I activate? No, I didn't activate the sorcerer yet. So let's go sorcerer over. And deal... No. Maybe I'm not going to move the sorcerer, because he's going to move somewhere, possibly somewhere else on the next one. I really can't deal the damage that will help us in this turnaround. So maybe I'm just going to keep that there. Let's see what Pontiff does on his turn here. Pontiff activates. Okay, spinning stab. So he's going to jump to the back over here and attack our knight for 3 points of damage. And oh my gosh, 3 points of damage. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Attack our knight for 3 points of damage. And do you know what? Let's just discard the knight shield to ignore that 3 points of damage. And oh good, we are at this. He is weak against the pink thing. So let's go over here and flip this card over to pay the stamina cost of an attack with this symbol. And I will... I wonder if I could deal 3 points of damage with the long sword first. No, then that gets rid of the longsword. I don't want to do that. I don't really want to get rid of this one just yet. So let's just go with a purple red to do the soul arrow that deals 1 point of damage directly straight to Pontiff's this side. And then I am going to, with the knight, then sorcerer is going to move back over. Oh wait, did I move him? Oh man, I keep losing track of whether or not I move or not. I want to say that I did move him over. So let's go. Let's just keep him there. And let's do the knight's attack. The knight is then going to use his long sword. 3 staminas to keep the long sword in play to deal 2 damage. That flips this Pontiff back over with 6 out of the 13 damage already still on him. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Let's draw back up. 2, 3. All right. Oh, yeah. There we go. Big sword. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So once he gets 5 more damage after these ones. So once he gets to 11 damage, he's going to flip. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, sorry, he has to activate. Flaming Swipe. He's going to bounce to the back middle now and hit the front middle, which he is not. So he's going to attack the knight in that location for 5 damage. Oof. Luckily, we do have our knight's armor. And we will block. Let's look at his deck here. Ooh. Let's spend one of these and block 4 of that damage, so that he is only going to have to take 1 more hit. And let's flip this over. Ooh, it was one of our shields. That was not that great. Okay, start of our turn. We draw back up. Okay, so we need to deal some more damage back to this guy. What is he weak against? He's weak against the purple thing, the purple icon this time around. Let's go with... Do I have it? Oh, I do too. Okay, so we're going to move the knight over. And we are going to just flash this card and keep it in our hand for a yellow, red, red, and deal 3 points of damage. And it stays in our hand. So that deals 2 more damage. 1, 2. And then that was the end of our knight's activation. Unless if he wants to get rid of anything. No, I don't think he wants to get rid of anything just yet. Our sorcerer is going to move over, and our sorcerer is going to... Well, let's just try to flip him right away. I'm going to flip the sorcerer over to pay for this ability down here, just to discard it and deal 3 damage. Oh wait, that's not going to flip. That's not going to flip the Pontiff over, because he's going to soak up one of those damages, and he's going to still have 4. Ooh, okay. But I still like the idea of... I still like, actually, okay, I'm going to go with my additional idea. I'm going to flip that over and discard this one to deal 3 points of damage. So it's still going to deal 2 damage. Okay, so now he is at that. Oh, he's so close. And our activations are done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Knight's only got 8 cards left. Sorcerer's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards left. And, 12 cards left. Pontiff is going to activate Fire Slash. He's going to jump to the top corner here. Oh, and he's going to do an attack that also pushes one space to the one space to the that direction. Interesting. Which is not good for us, because he is weak against hammer attacks this round, and he is going to push our knight away. Why? Okay, dealing 3 damage. I am not able to... Oh, gosh, I can't block any of that damage. I can't block it. Oh, gosh. That actually is that's actually bad timing. He's going to... Okay, so short sword, 1. 2, 3. No! Dang it. And then I have to refill my... And oh no, wait, that's yeah, this is his activation. And he gets pushed one side over, and we got the drawback up. Okay. Okay, I see ya. Too bad I can't move 2 spaces in a turn. Okay, Sorcerer, I guess you have to come and do some damage. I guess you have to come and do some damage here. Try to. I don't think it's worth it, because I don't know where my next soul arrow is. How many soul arrows have I done? 1. Oh no, I only have my last soul arrow in my hand, so I better not use it right now. That sucked. That was a bad turn. That was a bad turn. So, sorry, the sorcerer is not going to really do anything. Just going to kind of stay put. I'm going to move my knight back over one space so that he can kind of be more central to us. And that was a very bad luck turn. And Pontiff is going to come into the middle. Oh, this is a very lucky draw for us because he's going to do an area attack up the side here where none of our characters are. That was lucky. That was super lucky. He's weak against green attacks this time around, but I don't think we need that. We just need to deal some more damages here. So I am going to deal... Keep this one in my hand. Oh no, I don't have any red stamina. Oh, crud. How much red stamina have I used? 1, 2. Oh gosh, I want to say that I've probably used up all of my red stamina. So I don't know if I can actually use the only way that I can use this one is actually if I discard it. Oh, and that's not even a red stamina card. No. So I can't even use that one. Okay, so we will just... Oh my gosh, this is probably pretty bad. This is actually pretty... We're in a dire situation here. 1. Oh wait, there I do have a red stamina. There it is. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's just do it. I'll do this one with this guy to deal 3 damage. 2 of that is going to go through. So he's suffered 12 damage in total. But he's suffered 5, so it means he has to flip over. And now my sorcerer is going to go, and can I deal 3 points of damage to flip him back over? Well, if I get rid of 2, if I discard 1, let's just try to get a stamina card. Discard 1 to get a stamina card. Yes! So I'm going to discard 4 stamina cards and my soul arrow. It's all up to you, knight. It deals 3 points of damage to this side to flip it back over. Here we go. Activation's over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No big attack, please, against my knight. No big attack against my knight. I only got 3 cards left in my deck, my knight's deck. Because what am I at here? I'm at 12 points of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm at 12 points of damage. I just need 1 point of damage. Don't defeat my knight. Magical slash. 4 points of damage. He's going to go to this side, and he's going to hit my knight for 4 points of damage. I can only take 3 points. No. 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 Oh, gosh. Okay, this is going to be a rule book time. Because I have to take the 3 points of damage. I have to take the 3 points of damage. Do I have to draw up to 6? After I get hit? After enemy. No. Move their characters. Heroic abilities. Once enemies have activated, players draw until they have 6 cards in their hand. So if I take 4... Where is it? Where's that stupid card here? If I take 4 points of damage, even if I discard 4 cards from my hand, I can only draw up... I lost this. I lost this encounter. I lost this encounter. Because he has to take 4 points of damage. And I don't have 4 points of damage to take. Yep. Yep. I have to go back to the bonfire because I have to take 4 points of damage. There's no way that I can do it. I can't just do 3 points of damage here. 1, 2, 3. And then a 4th. And then I can't draw up to 6 cards. So, that was so close. That was so close. And I lose all of my stuff because I just went straight to the boss. So I don't get any of these souls. I don't get my 2 pieces of loot. That is lost. And I have to go back to the bonfire. I have to go back to the bonfire. Where? Magical slash Pontiff. You. Okay. So this one goes away. And now we have the cooled ashes. This is the final bonfire. This is the final bonfire. I gain 1 extra. Oh yeah, that was so crushed. That was very soul, quote unquote, soul crushing. We were so close. I was 1 point of damage away. What was that last? What was the other? There was one other one that was down here. Oh, it also did 4 points of damage as well. So, and I had no defense. I had no defense against it. Alrighty. So I gain 1 of these special treasures, though, at the very end. Ooh, Vort's Great Hammer. It's actually pretty good. So I gain that, at least. And I still have... I still have this blade. And I can add another 3 cards to each person's deck. Which... Oh my gosh, I only have 2 souls left. May as well spend them to get some more. Well, I may as well. I'm going to beef up my... I'm just going to go all in on the knight here. Actually, I'm going to do it that way. And add one of these... I have to add some of these common cards because I don't have enough souls to add to my... Well, I can add... Actually, I can add this 1 purple card that I got rid of the first time back into the Sorcerer's deck. Okay. Well, I should be able to do it this... Well, I actually have to go... Oh. I apologize, Vincent, if you're still watching here because... Via the rules, I have to go through that encounter again to get back to Pontiff, which is actually really quite annoying. But hey, that's the way Dark Souls works. And again, they advertise that this is a 1-hour game. This is not a 1-hour game. I'm playing fairly briskly here. And yeah, I don't know how you do this in 1 hour. This is already we're fast approaching. We're getting close to 2.5 hours here, and I don't know how you ever get to you get this down to like an hour. So I don't know. Guess one of my big critiques of the game is the play length is not what is advertised. Especially if you're... Oh, and I even defeated that one guy on the second bonfire. Lousy Souls games. Absolutely, Vincent. Thanks for staying by. You're going to watch the replay on the final part. Sounds good. I really hope that we play it off. Hopefully you don't lose any sleep on what's going to possibly happen here. Timestamp it. 2 hours and 20 minutes is where we are going to be starting this final bonfire. I'm going to put these in here. I got to shuffle this one back into the level 2 deck and these ones back into the level 1 deck. Like that. All right, here we go. I'm actually very interested in whatever that level 3 encounter is. I kind of just want to see it, just to see what will happen. Maybe I'll see what my starting hand is. Good night, Vincent. Thank you for sticking around as late as you did. It's a pretty neat game. There's a couple of expansions for it as well. I'm intrigued. I have them. I have not cracked them open. Maybe they will fix a couple of these things. But hey, if not, it'll give me a little bit more variety on what the characters are. Good night, Vincent. Thank you for joining me tonight. Okay. Let's draw opening hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All stamina. We'll put those aside. Draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Short sword. Perfect. These ones get shuffled back in. Okay, sorcerer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Soul arrows, robes, another soul arrows, and some staminas. Sounds good. Alrighty, let's go back to good old. It almost worked last time. Let's do this part. Okay. I kind of want to do the level 3. Just to say I did a level 3 for once. I'm doing it. Level 3. Level 3 is 1 level 1 and 1 level 3 baddies. 1 level 1 is that lousy Beast Hound. He's actually pretty easy, though. And what's our level 3 guy? Oh, a Dark Wraith. Yikes. Look at that guy. That is lots of hit points that I don't have the weakness killings for as of yet. Yikes. Alrighty. And he's going to start off by attacking for 4. And I don't have any damage right off the bat, so let's block it. Let's block it for 3, and then I have to discard something for 4. There we go. And Hound is going to attack for 2, which I can just reveal my robes and pay 1 purple, but gets frostbitten in the process. Where is it there? Okay, and then draws another one. Perfect. Alrighty. Well, let's just attack a soul arrow onto the hound. I need a purple and a red. Just like that. Deals 1 point of damage. He's weak against it, so he's done for. And I will move to get rid of the frostbite and suffer 1 point of damage. The knight, though, geez. That is a big beefy guy that we have to take out. Let's try it out. Let's just move over. And let's move over, and I guess we just have to kind of whittle him down. Well, he blocks 3 points of damage, and I just don't do so. I'm not going to do anything. It doesn't matter. No point. Maybe just to try to cycle my cards first. I'm going to cycle this 1, 2. Let's cycle 3 cards. 1 stamina. 2, 3. At least I get some blocking. Okay, he activates and does 4 points of damage against me. 4 points of damage, hey? If I discard this guy, that's 3 points of damage blocked, and I have to get rid of 1 more. Let's go with that one. 1, 2. And 1. I guess it should be drawn up. Oh gosh, this is gonna be like this is like next to impossible because I don't have the I don't have the counter to go through all of that. Interesting. He's done. Okay, why did I do the level 3? Why did I do the level 3? Let's back this. Do I just concede? Well then Vincent will be so disappointed. Because I don't know if I'm going to have enough cards. I don't know where I don't know how to do this. Okay. He can't do any damage. I'll just move him over, I guess. All right. He activates again against us for 4 points of damage. Block 3 of it. So I have to discard 1 more. Draw 2. Jeez, didn't get anything again. I can't do anything. I literally can't do anything about this guy. Well, unless if I just discard cards. Let's try another 3. 1, 2, 3. Nope, still didn't get the weakness. I'm just going to, you know what? Right at this point, I'm just going to concede. I am running out. I am burning through cards through this deck. I should not have went through that level 3. I should have went back to a level 2. Yeah. I should not. You know what? Let's play out what if. Let's play out a what if game. If I just kind of, decided I was going to do the level 2 encounter. Let's do that. Let's do the what if game. Cuz that was just bad. That was bad. That level 3 guy was bad. I didn't have the counter for him. And there we go. There's the luck thing about this game. That makes it so hard. Okay, let's do the what if, because I really want to beat that Pontiff guy. You know what? This stream is actually already going long. It's already going on long enough. I am actually just going to call it right now as I have been defeated. I have been defeated. I do not gain souls or treasures from encounters. I can't. No, I can't. No, it's not that I can't. It's just that it's running really late right now, and I think I did an okay job demonstrating what the game has to offer, and I really hope that you enjoyed. If you stuck around this long, good for you, folks. Thank you so much for sticking with this such a long. Again, they advertise an hour, and it does go by so long. Quite typically, it has been the 2 hour plus. In my solo games, it has been running quite late. I almost got him on the fourth bonfire, but I should have went through this encounter instead of jumping to that level 3 to try to come up here. So, okay, good game, Dark Souls. Again, you bested me one more time. I've been Ryan from Mista Rau's Gaming Rants and Reviews. If you're enjoying the content on this channel, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's not without you folks that make you folks make this channel happen. If you're interested in merchandise, there's a link in the description of this video for some Mista Rau Gaming Rants and Reviews t-shirts. I make pennies off of those sales and whatnot, but every little bit helps support the channel. And yeah, good night, folks. It's been a late one, but I really hope that you enjoyed this playthrough of Dark Souls, the card game, and giving you a little bit of sense of what's going on. Like I said, I do mention I do have the expansions. Maybe I'm going to bust those out eventually here. We've got Seekers of Humanity expansion, and we also have the Forgotten Paths expansion as well, which just adds in a whole bunch more cards, more character decks, and whatnots to the game. But all right, take care, folks. This playthrough is officially over now. Good night.